The Toll Collector was without a doubt probably the hardest shoot that I've ever done. Simply just because the factors that I had against me. It was probably the hottest summer that I recall in Orange County since 1985, and it was so hot all the time. I had no money to make this movie, yet I made it. I think I put it on my credit card. I think the total budget of the film was like $77. And I mean, I had all these factors working against me to just get this thing completed. And I remember one time Mike Hartsfield, the person who was shooting the movie with me, and we were walking, and it was just him, me, the camera, and between us there was a cup of lemonade from Carl's Jr. that we shared back and forth, and that was our craft service, that was our crew, that was our technical equipment, and it was without a doubt probably the barest bones shoot that I'd ever been on and that I'd ever done and put myself through. And it was just really, really difficult. Add to this that I'd also cut open my toenail very badly and had skin and tissue hanging out because I had a horribly ingrown toenail. And if you watch closely in the movie, you'll see me limping around. I mean, it was just really, really rough. So, you got to look at what I was dealing with. There were also nights of just lack of sleep because Mike and I stayed out late doing dumb stuff when we should have been getting rest. And you have being weary, being hot, having an ingrown toenail, having no money, and just dealing with things in the most bare bones way. And I mean, it was very, very rough. It's the movie that I find that I've made that I think I find the hardest to watch. And when I think about it, I just really hate the time that I spent making it, just because it was such a hardship in doing it.
We did an improv scene at Evan's house, at his parents' kitchen, at their dining room table. What the improv scene was, and I believe it made it into the movie, it was an improv where we were watching Goodfellas. And it's at the kind of near the end where Joe Pesci goes in to be a made guy, and he ends up getting shot for killing Billy Batts. Billy Batts gets shot. They kind of find out that Joe Pesci had done this, and the character of Tootie is the guy who shoots him. So what we're doing is we're improvising an argument that it isn't Tootie. I think it was either Popeye or Evan. I think it was Evan who was disagreeing, saying that's not Tootie. Kept saying yes it is, and he didn't believe it. But I think he really does not believe that it was Tootie. So that kind of what made that scene kind of interesting is because he really thinks it's not him. I think at that point Evan had kind of been in this phase of we just have to get it done. We just have to shoot, regardless of what it is. We just have to do it. Kind of I think George Lucas does the same thing. He shoots and goes, we got it, no problems. Even though he could have, but I think Evan was doing it a little bit. I think Evan knew. I think we all might have known that it was time to kind of move on to bigger and better things. And I think The Toll Collector, as creative as the script was, I think that maybe the shooting was a little bit bare-boned. That maybe it really could have had a little bit... It was still organized, but I think the cast was smaller. Because working with a big cast with Evan, it was pretty difficult because people were just kind of being somewhat selfish, and they would tell Evan, look, I want to be in your film, and Evan would write them apart, and then the people would say, I can't go then. I just want to tell people I'm in a film. I don't really want to be part of it. Can't you just put me in and I do some stuff? Like, they didn't realize the severity of what Evan was doing. I think the difference between this shoot and the other two is that we were starting to get comfortable. We were shooting films every year, if not earlier than that. I think that we kind of knew what we were doing now, and we may have gotten a little bit too relaxed with it. Just going, this is how it is, we got to do another movie. And I think the film is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with the film. I still think it's one of the stronger films out of the catalog. But it was, looking back, maybe we could have done things to improve it, maybe been a little bit more into it. than we were. Although we always kind of relied on Evan to give us the word, and we did what we could, the best we could do for him. Which maybe some of us tried harder than others, maybe not. I think Popeye's performance was, and the time that he put into it, was a lot better than his previous ones. I think that he played the role pretty well, and so I think he did well. I think I did okay, but I was sick for a lot of it.